You've reached the discussions from the East Coast to the West Coast, and I'm Grandma Mo.
And I'm Lisa DCT.
Okay, so we're in the midst this week of the one-on-one in Unrivaled, and what a show that was. I mean, every round, first round to the championship was a sight to be seen.
It really was. It's all about stamina in that
Yeah.
tournament.
Oh,
And boy,
definitely for that finals.
and towards the end, even the youngsters, it's like you could tell how, geez, we used to do it back in the day in our backyards, but you watch them in that position where they're actually sucking wind and they're
Oh yeah.
young, like it takes a toll
That
real quick.
That third game of the finals, holy moly, they were both dying. I
Oh,
listened to a interview. They interviewed Chelsea Gray after she had won, and she said that both her and Alicia Gray both kind of were, bent over, and they looked at each other like, "Okay, let's just take a break here."
I was wondering
And they
what they
both
said.
knew they were both exhausted,
Yeah,
and it was like, "Let's get our breath," because they both were out of timeouts.
yeah,
And the next shot was going to win for either of them.
right.
And then they missed. Each of them got a couple of
Oh,
shots that they just couldn't get it to the rim.
it kept going. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like Alicia Gray. There go the goggles. There goes the armband. I'm like, she's just, trying to lighten the load little by little, I think.
Yeah, she was
It
looking
was
for
great.
anything.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, Chelsea Gray ended up winning, but I thought, because her advantage was she has a little bit of height on Alicia Gray. I think Alicia Gray's like 5'10", and Chelsea Gray is 6 feet tall or 5'11". Anyway, she had the body size. It was the
Right.
same thing that Boston was doing. All she had to do was back her
Bang.
down.
Yeah. Bang, bang,
That's
bang.
what she
Over
did
the
to
hoop.
Kelsey Plum.
Yeah.
Plum had her
She
in the
did.
semifinals. Plum was up 8-0.
She was.
And then right at the end, she had three chances on threes to three of them, and she missed all of them. I'll bet she'd be kicking herself for that
Oh,
for a
100%.
long time.
100%. Because three chances to put the game away and she couldn't do it. I was
Well, she
laughing at
should have
her.
drove on her. She should have
Yeah,
drove on her, make her foul you. But they
exactly.
weren't calling fouls. I mean,
No, there.
unless you really hit someone in the act of shooting. But the game before with Boston and Aaliyah
Edwards.
Edwards. Oh
Yeah,
my God. She sent Aaliyah Edwards flying and they didn't call a foul. I was like, if that's not an offensive charge, I don't know what is.
yeah,
But they were letting them do this.
yeah.
They
It's
were
dope.
just banging.
Even the guy, he was like, the announcer was like, "It's bully ball," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, some of that you got to call.
Yeah.
Some of it you do." I
When
mean,
when someone as big as Aaliyah Edwards goes flying,
yeah,
yeah, no. And that wasn't no flop. I
that was
mean,
brutal.
Boston just nailed her. And then she just, she ended up getting a layup. And Aaliyah Edwards just was kind of like, what do I got to do?
Yeah,
You
I know
know,
she skunked her 12-0.
I know.
So
Well,
that
she kept
was
backing her down. She just
yeah,
kept backing her down and she bodied her and then just got a little layup.
yeah.
And Boston's taller than her. Is it Aaliyah Edwards is what, 6'3"?
I'm not sure,
I
but
think she's
that
6'3".
was a good
But
that was a good
Boston is
matchup.
5'6'5".
I thought it would be a little better of a game, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Well,
That one,
Boston just used her physical body size to outmatch her.
right. The one that surprised me, and I owe an apology to, is Dearica Hamby, because she had a great tournament and she did a great job against Austin,
Hmm.
who I was like, you know, I wasn't expecting that battle. I thought
Oh, I
Austin would
was.
take care of her pretty quick because Hamby looks, much smaller
She is.
in size, and boy, she's strong.
Yeah, Hamby's really good down low. I think she's 6'1".
Yeah,
Hamby's either 6'1" or 6'2", and Shakira Austin is all of 6'5". So, but that battle between Austin and was Boston, right? She went up
it
against Boston, right? Wasn't
it
it?
was Dearica Hamby was against Austin,
No, she was
and
Hamby. Austin beat Hamby, but the
right.
next round,
Was Boston, I think, wasn't it?
no, 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 no. Edwards beat Shakira Austin in the second round, so
Oh, okay.
that put Edwards against Boston.
I don't know.
But
There's so many games we
Shakira
watched.
Austin against Aaliyah Boston would have been because they're both 6'5".
Yeah,
But that was a battle. That game between Austin and Aaliyah Edwards, that was a great game.
yeah, that was really good. I know.
Just
Well, there were a lot
terrific.
of great matches.
Yeah.
They were surprised. Everyone was surprised that Paige got knocked out in the
Well,
quarters.
Paige, I mean, Chelsea Gray is way, I mean, you look at the height difference,
Mm,
and Chelsea Gray has that fadeaway. That's the thing that makes her almost unstoppable. She has that fadeaway jumper.
right.
You can't block that. And she either is 6 feet tall or she's like 5'11 and a half. And she's a point guard. It's like when you're that tall, that's like the female version of Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
Remember, like Magic Johnson was playing point guard for the Lakers at 6'9".
yeah.
It's the
Hey,
same thing.
Aaliyah, Aaliyah, yeah, Alicia Gray
Yeah.
said, "Man, I'm glad I'm not a post player."
Oh, yeah, she did. I saw that.
When she played against Edwards,
Yeah.
she goes, I
No,
can't
she
do
played against
that."
Boston.
Oh, yeah, Boston.
It was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Boston.
She
She
played
was like,
against
oh my
Boston.
God, she was killing
I'm
me.
glad I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
She's hilarious.
Oh, I
I
know she
mean,
is.
yeah, it was well. I
What
mean,
did she say after that? She said
that
something
much.
really funny right after that, too.
Yeah, she was like, I'm so glad I'm not a post player. I couldn't do post at all. It was like when Kelsey Plum played Mitchell and
Oh,
she
yeah.
beat her 12-8. I laughed so hard at the end of that game. But for as small as she is, she kept like driving her like thigh into the back of the leg. They weren't calling it. The refs were not, they were letting them play it out. But at the end, she said, my strategy was to pray to baby Jesus that thing didn't go in because she had it. She was like, I'm so done at this point. Somebody got to win, and I'm just hoping she misses. But yeah, what are you gonna do when you're smaller than the bigger one? But did you notice her? Like she kept driving her leg into another one, very
Oh,
small.
yeah. Kelsey Plum was doing that against Chelsea Gray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. I mean, she has her by 4 inches.
yeah,
Like there's a good 4 inch difference there. And the Plum's only, but I would have driven on Chelsea Gray because Plum's faster.
right,
But then again, they played together for the Aces for 3 or 4 years. So they know each
right.
other really well.
Yeah,
So Plum was either going to have to beat her by 3 point shooting. That's how Alicia Gray beat Boston. She beat her because she hit her 3 point shots.
right,
As a guard, you either had to hit your 3 point shots or just outspeed them to the basket.
right.
And I mean, that's how Alicia Gray got to the finals. She hit three threes.
It
And
was
that's how Boston got beat.
Yeah, and that was the thing too. The sprite circle was to an advantage when you really got tired. The players at the very beginning of the tournament didn't use the timeouts, and I think a lot of them would have done better had they. Although Nafisa Collier said, I never use a timeout because I just wear people down with my
Yeah,
endurance.
you got to use that. If you're the better conditioned player, you got to use that to wear out your opponent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the first shot to see who got the ball was key.
Yeah. There were a number of things where I would have went like, no, 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 let her shoot. Because I knew they wouldn't make it.
Yes,
The chances were better that they wouldn't make it than I would
right.
make it.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them it was
Most
like
people took it. Most people said,
most people
I'll
did
take the
take
shot.
it.
Yeah, yeah. So,
But you have to look at what your chances are. It's like, okay, if I'm a 40%, there's only a few people that are 40% 3 point shooters. So, okay, your best case scenario, you got a 40% chance. Um, if that person is a 30% shooter, my chances are better that they're going to miss than I'm going to make.
right,
But it would depend. I mean, if you're going against Kelsey Plum, I wouldn't let her shoot. I wouldn't let Chelsea Gray shoot.
right.
But Paige Beckers, I probably wouldn't let shoot. Um, Alicia Gray, I wouldn't let shoot. But other than that, I don't know. I would maybe Kelsey Mitchell, I wouldn't let shoot either. But everybody else,
Did you see how the Chelsea Gray and Plum did rock, paper, scissors to see who
yeah,
would get?
because they
That
were
was
both
fun.
number twos. They
Yeah,
were
that
both
was fun.
second ranked. So in
That
their
was
thing,
great.
yeah,
I was
they were
like,
doing
oh,
rock, paper, scissors.
yeah. I was
But
like,
Kelly,
okay.
speaking of timeouts, Chelsea Gray had called a timeout when Plum was up 8-0.
Hmm.
And that stopped Plum's momentum. So that was a
Right?
very key timeout that helped her get back in that game. But that was that out of all the matchups, Plum and Gray was really good.
Yeah,
Um, Plum had it, and
she did.
she was relying on the 3-point shot, and then she had those three chances
The
and missed
three
every
in a
single one of
row. I'm
them.
like, no.
And
I
Plum,
know.
you would think would be better conditioned than Chelsea Gray. I mean, Chelsea Gray's in decent condition, but they talk about it all the time in the WNBA of how well conditioned Kelsey Plum is.
Yeah,
And I would have, that's why that timeout was so key for Chelsea Gray. When
right.
she went down 8-0, it took all that, it evened out the conditioning by
Yeah,
doing that. And then Chelsea Gray got her chance, and then she started backing her down. And that's where she was just pushing her. Plum just didn't have any chance. When you got a 4-inch difference in height, Chelsea Gray just backed her down and she caught up. And then it
yeah,
was the battle that I don't know how many shots they took. It was the same as the finals against Alicia Gray. The quarterfinals with Gray and Plum was the same thing. It's like they both whoever got the next shot won the game. But it was
yeah.
like they were both exhausted and both trying to get yeah.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
calling it 50 Shades of Gray. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
I know
I'm
that
like,
was
oh,
cool.
here we go. Hey, $50,000 for the runner-up, not bad. Two hundred
Yeah.
thousand to, the winner, and that's fantastic.
I think last year Nafisa Collier split it amongst her teammates.
That's yeah, but she runs the league. I mean,
Right.
probably,
Yeah,
that had
she
a lot
split
to
it
do.
amongst like I would have taken 100,000 and then split up the other 100,000 with my teammates.
Yeah,
That's what I would do. Because you have
yeah,
what, six teammates? So everybody gets 20 grand or so.
yeah.
Because you'd be
Yeah,
with a six. So divide 100. So everybody get 20 grand. That's not a
yeah.
bad deal.
That is not a bad deal. And
Yeah.
Courtney Williams would have liked that if she was on
Yeah.
that team, because she's the only one that super surprised me. She was mortified. She goes,
Yeah.
I didn't even break a sweat.
Yeah.
She goes, my sweat is from my warm up.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Burton just
Nafisa,
took it to her.
oh my God, unbelievable. There were
Yeah.
some really good matchups where I was like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
it was
Burton
fun.
against Kelsey Mitchell was also a good matchup. I had
Yeah,
missed that one initially. I had to go back and watch it because I was
yeah,
getting back from work. But yeah, the Burton and Mitchell just hit some 3-point shots on that one and beat her. But that was a good one. I was happy that Veronica Burton won that one game though. But she has a nasty crossover. Like she blows by people. She was doing that in the WNBA where she'll be going right and then she boom, it's a really quick crossover to the left and she goes right into the hoop. She has
yeah.
definitely worked on that. And
She
it
had her
is
she had her game face on for
oh
sure.
yeah.
There's
Oh yeah.
some really good game faces. I'm like, ooh, she came to
Yeah.
play. On a
I was
million on the
pretty
line.
surprised that Stewie didn't win. I mean, Boston beat her. And I thought Stewie would win that one, but Boston again used her body size and
Exactly.
just Stewie
Every
skinny.
every one of her matches, she used her body size,
Yeah.
and
But
she
that's her advantage, her height and her
right.
body size.
And when she, what would be normally called as a foul wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
They
It was
just
a
let it
lot
go.
of body
Yeah,
contact.
that's why
But
they
they
were so
probably figured if
cautious.
they call that, like, especially for the smaller players, if you didn't do that, you had no chance.
Yeah,
So I think that they probably factored that in that, okay, if you're the bigger player, expect a little body contact because we're not going to call it kind of
right.
thing. And unless they hack you in the, hack your arms when you're shooting, but the body contact, they're just going to let go because otherwise the smaller player has no chance.
True. I I don't know what the heck I was looking at on the line, but the very first matchup was Jackie. I think I was saying Jackie Young was going against somebody, and that
Hold on,
was
I have it right here. Jackie Young was going against Chelsea Gray. Oh no, and that was in the second round.
and
Isaiah James.
right. I get
Jackie and
yeah,
Isaiah James was first round.
right. I we had her against somebody else. I forget who it was, and I'm like, that didn't happen. And then I thought Alyssa Thomas would be playing in it, and she didn't. I don't think she would have done
Yeah,
well
she
in that.
canceled out, and then they had Ami here who hasn't played in Unrivaled at all. I think she's a developmental
Yeah,
Ami here who she played for the Valkyries. She was supposed to go up against Boston, but somehow that didn't work. I mean, maybe
yeah,
she wasn't even there. Maybe
yeah.
they thought they could get her there and she couldn't get there or something. Because I
And
haven't
then
seen Ami here at all.
no, and then Rakia Jackson, because everything that happened, she dropped out of it. Understandable. So
Yeah.
there were some changes within the list of players. But I wanted to ask you too. Oh, we were talking about the semifinals at Barclays at on March
Oh
2nd.
yeah. Yeah.
So I
So
jumped
the
on
let me see here. Regular
I
season.
jumped on real quick this morning. If you wanted to get really close, everything's over. Not that I was getting a ticket. I was just kind of curious. Was like over 1,000. The cheapest ticket was like three something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So with
Yeah, that's
17,000,
funny. They're just doing the semifinals in Brooklyn,
right,
March 2nd. So Monday, March 2nd is the semifinals. And then they go back to Miami on Wednesday. So
right,
that's, you know what? Having to fly, I mean, it's only a 2 hour flight. I remember flying from Connecticut down to Miami, and it wasn't a really long flight, but just the
right,
travel itself. So
right,
they're going to have to do, I mean, that makes the two teams that are in the championship a little more tired than they'd probably be,
right.
um, because they have to travel. But they're probably used to it. I mean, they have to
They
do that in
are.
the WNBA. Oh, did you see Stewie signed with the a Euro team?
No,
That was on Facebook today. Hold on, let me see if I can
no, I
find
did
it.
not.
It's just this morning. Um,
For when?
well, I think she thinks she's doing it in case there's no WNBA.
Yeah, there might not be.
She's one of the top people in the thing. And let me just search
There
for.
may not be. But although I saw it advertised quite a few times actually. The only advertisement that I'm a little tired of seeing is that little girl with red hair on her ice skates. You haven't seen
I
that?
haven't seen that one.
Oh, Lord. I'm like, please don't play that again.
Oh, come on.
Hey, did you see any of the I did not watch the NBA. I'll say that straight off. The All-Star game was on after the Olympics
No,
last night because my mother was watching the figure skaters.
I'll watch the
It's
Warriors once in a while, but I don't. I haven't watched the NBA in quite a
but they
while.
had the guys split into three teams: Team USA Stars, Team USA Stripes, and Team World. And it was different. The coolest thing about it is a ball went astray, and who catches it in the front row but Barack Obama, because he was there. He caught the
Oh, he
ball.
was.
Michelle Obama was like, "Oh, thank you." He was sitting next to Dr. J, and in walks Magic Johnson.
Cool.
But the only reason why I'm saying the NBA game, you know what I noticed? That
What?
where they're playing in California, in the stadium, they have these flashing lights near the seats, like
Okay.
under the seat, like where you're sitting, there's like a little flashing light that goes on and off.
Uh-huh.
Looks like there were not a lot of people there. It was not a sold out arena. I was shocked.
Well, who wants to go see I mean, they don't even play any defense. I mean, It's
Oh,
just like
that's
they just kind of scoot up and down the court and nobody plays any defense. And it's
no, that's
just,
exactly what it was. It was 3 points or dunks.
it's
I
all
was like,
about dunking or these wild 3-point shots.
that's
And
why
they
I
don't
took.
really, I mean, some of them pass the ball, but it's just not as enjoyable to watch
It
anymore.
was not.
Back when Larry Bird was playing, the Celtics were they would pass the ball and work for the open
Right.
shot and all that stuff. And now it's all 1-on-5 crap,
I
which
was
is
like,
just not enjoyable to watch.
it was
Man, I
boring
can't find
to
this
me.
thing with Stewie. But it said
Yeah,
something
that
about her going to the Spanish league. Um,
like right away. I mean, after Unrivaled's
it said
finished
her signing.
next year.
It was like I heard it was the thing said Stewie's back, and crap, I can't find it.
I don't know
I
about the
hate this.
W.
This is what I hate about Facebook. You can't find like you see a post and it's really hard to find it again.
Yeah, I didn't see anything on that.
It
Good
just
for
was this morning. I mean, oh, I see a post of the of Michelle and Barack and at
yeah,
the
he caught
game.
the
There's a
ball.
post here.
And he
Yeah.
spoke at halftime against with Reggie Miller. I like seeing the old
Oh, he
school.
did.
Yeah, I was like, he was talking about some museum they're gonna have, which was
Well, the
interesting.
other thing that they didn't have was the 3-point shooting contest with like remember last year with Sabrina Ionescu
Yeah,
and Steph Curry.
I think they
That
want to
because
keep.
there's no WNBA right now, they couldn't do that.
And Steph Curry's injured.
Oh,
He
is
didn't
he?
play. He didn't play last night. Although he was sitting talking to the desk, the sports desk at the
Right.
arena. And he gets up from his seat, he's got the basketball in his hand, and he's like way the hell far away from the basket. You know how he always makes different shots? He chucks it
Yeah.
up and gets it in. Everybody's high-fiving him. He's unbelievable.
Oh man, I can't believe I can't find the Stewie thing. Let me see if I can just put in Stewie's back and see if that works.
I don't think Stewie went 100% in the one-on-one.
The
I think she's
Unrivaled.
probably, I think she's like, I don't, I'm finally feeling healthy.
Yeah, I don't think she wants to take the chance.
I don't want to get hurt again.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely looks different than she did last year.
Oh,
You know,
100%. What would be the point of that? So you win 200 grand? Yeah, that'd be great. But you already run the league. You already got other things going on. You're
well, isn't
starting to,
that what they earn just to play?
yeah,
Isn't their salaries 200 grand?
yeah, I think so. Or a
Yeah,
little, 200 and up.
it's something like that.
I thought Rivers did really good. I forget who she played against, but she ended up getting beat. I was looking at that shot like we were talking about. Somebody got
Yeah,
to
she
have
does
a
that
little bit of
that
arc.
on a line.
Yeah. I'm
She
like,
gets it up. She puts her hand up here, and then it's just boom like this,
yeah,
straight out instead
yeah,
of up. Yeah, it's too bad she does. Someone needs to work with her on that. Sonya
absolutely.
Rivers played Alicia Gray.
Yeah.
That's who she played in the second round. She didn't
She
have
did,
a
I don't know.
first round. If I
Yeah, she had a bot. There was a
she
buy.
did a buy. She was one of the people with a buy.
Yeah, I'm like, there's one thing I did. I don't know. I guess it's cool for the crowd, but I'm like, Jesus, they here they battle on the court. Now you got to give me a sticker. I got to walk the frig up to put my name on the,
I
you know,
was waiting for someone to fall off that little
off
step
the
ladder.
ladder. Exactly. I'm
I
like,
like,
nah,
why don't you have someone holding that ladder when they go up there? Because they could their legs could be a little shaky when they're just after they finish playing and
exactly. I didn't
ding.
like that. That's the only thing I'm
Yeah.
like, same thing. I was like, it should be an automatic board or somebody else puts it up or something, you know?
Well, no, I kind of like that, but just have someone hold the ladder. Like stand there and hold the ladder so no one falls. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm glad no one did fall,
nobody
but
did.
those ladders can be really shaky,
Yeah,
and all it takes is a little bit of a wiggle, and you can go sideways, and then you're in the crowd.
yeah, exactly. Catch me. Yeah. It was fun though. I'm glad because I told you I missed it last year. So it was
Yeah.
great to see. But when it got to the finals, the best two out of three, and I'm like
I forgot
seven
it was to
sec.
7 instead of 11.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I was
just
like,
7.
I'm like seven. Oh boy. Okay, this ought to be good. Well, now I know why.
Oh yeah. If it went further, they'd be so exhausted they wouldn't be able to
Yeah, I'm
play.
like, why is it only till seven? Then you realize,
You
after
watch it and you
three
realize,
games,
yeah.
I was like, oh man, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I would love to be a fly on the wall to just hear the conversation between the two of them. When they were just bent over at the end, like I can't breathe. Neither can I. You know,
Yeah.
let's
I
just
know
stay here for a
you
minute.
have to factor in that they're all pretty much friends.
Yeah,
And they know each other for a long time and it's kind of like, hey, but your competitive advantage, you would think you wouldn't want to say anything. You wouldn't want to admit how tired you were.
exactly.
But
But you could already tell. I mean, you couldn't hide that. And
no.
Nafisa Collier was going, you're only supposed to have 5 seconds, to
Yeah.
like rest. I guess they're giving them extra time. I'm
But
like,
who are you going to penalize? Who are you going to penalize? They're both doing it.
exactly.
Yeah.
I bet
So
that
you could,
changes. I bet that may change next year.
well, you'd penalize the offensive player
Yeah.
for 5 seconds of not moving the ball.
Yeah.
But they're only supposed to have, oh no, they didn't have the ball though.
No, they were
Well, I
both
would
bent over.
force the official to give him the ball.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's interesting that Nafis is going. They're only supposed to have 5 seconds.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't care who gets crowned. I'm coming back. You know,
Well, she was really good last year. It was
I
hard.
I
Aaliyah
have to
Edwards
watch
gave
it.
her Aaliyah Edwards was the only one last year to give her any kind of fight.
Yeah,
And Aaliyah Edwards won the first game out of the 2 out of 3. And they went 3 games too.
yeah.
And Collier won. But Aaliyah Edwards, that's why I was leaning more for Aaliyah Edwards, but she just got outbodied by
Oh, Boston.
Boston.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
if any of those were called a foul, twice she got slid on her butt. I'm like, whoa, you know how strong you have to
That
be? That horse
happens.
was
When that
leaning.
happens, you have to call that. I can't
Yeah,
believe they didn't call that.
you
They
know.
did call her once for an offensive foul, but that
Yeah,
second one should have been called too,
yeah.
because Aaliyah Edwards went flying.
She
She
sure
went
did.
down and she's sitting on the ground. She looks up like, "You gotta be kidding me!
Yeah. You mean you're
That's
not going
not
to call that one?
that's not an offensive foul!" Like, holy crap! Yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah.
yeah,
So they get a day off and then they play on the 17th and it'll start back up.
yeah,
Uh, and then they'll be headed over to Barclays and
yeah. We really only have what, a week and a half, two
yeah,
weeks left.
yeah. Who
Boy, it
you
went by fast.
exactly. But
Have
the
you
the
checked
play
out any of the Athletes Unlimited?
I have not. I'm going to do
I
that
haven't had time.
no, me either. And as soon as this I mean, it was just too exciting watching the one. As you know, I was texting you, except for the other night. I'm like, let her watch it because I knew you were working. But I was like, oh, Maureen will hear me yelling because her was.
Well, I don't have any cell service where I work, so
Oh,
you could I wouldn't get all your texts till I come back into cell
no,
service.
but I wouldn't, and I wouldn't give it up. Yeah, it was something you had to watch to be like, wow, that was really great. I'm like,
Yeah.
the glasses, the sleeve. I'm like, what's next? Like, holy shit. It was great though. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to watch
Yeah.
it this year, you know?
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it so far. It's like the 3-on-3 is just terrific. It
yeah,
makes the 5-on-5 seem slower and just a whole different thing.
yeah,
I mean, I've been watching the college games. I watched Texas and Tennessee, although I haven't seen the end of that game yet. And then LSU and South Carolina, and that was a battle. Neither of them could put the ball in the hoop from 5 feet in. Um, just a lot of jumping and throwing it up there,
yeah. You got to
like
score.
multiple times. Both teams. It was, but I mean, South Carolina ended up pulling away right at the end. They won, I think, 79-72, but it was a one
Yeah,
point game until like the last, I don't know. It was just fouls at the end,
yeah,
and then
yeah. That is
that's where they.
frustrating when you're watching a game. You're like, can somebody please score?
Yeah,
I understand that, you're block and bang and whatever. Just score. Somebody
Yeah.
score.
The
Yeah.
object isn't to jump. The object is to put the ball in the
Yeah.
hoop.
Score.
Jumping
That was
is an added benefit, but you need to put the ball in the hoop.
or nobody's going to win. The last night when I was watching the All-Star game for the NBA, that Victor, I can never say his last name, the really tall French guy, um, no, what's his name?
I don't know.
Victor, he's like 7 feet tall. He had a block on the basket. He plays for France. He played for France in the Olympics against the United States. And they Team World got out in the first round last night. But one of his blocks, Maureen, I'm telling you, that was the only thing
I, I could
he
just imagine.
he pinned the ball
Yeah.
against almost the upper portion of the backboard.
Was it goaltending?
No,
It was on
it's
its way
like,
up.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, when you're
oh my
7 feet
God.
tall,
Yeah,
I
but I
mean,
was like, wow.
when you're 7 feet tall and your arms are long, you can probably stand up and just about grab the rim.
Yeah.
So, what is that? 2 feet beyond that is the top of the backboard? Maybe
Watch
two and
that
a half?
later if you get a chance. Just pull up that one clip. I was like, did that
Was
just
it in the
happen?
All-Star game? Did this
Yes.
happen in the All-Star game? Okay, I'll check it
Yes.
out.
And I'm like, did that just happen? How the
Yeah.
hell does he own? I mean, I understand he's tall, but wow. Talk
I
about,
remember in the early days, like what, Iceman and who was the other guy that was doing it? I don't know. There was a couple of guys that used to trap the ball against the backboard.
yeah,
Um, that could really jump. Just they'd go up there and then just bam and then nail it against the backboard and grab it and
that's
bring
what
it
he
down.
that's what he did.
Yeah.
But he was like right to the end of the almost to the end of the
Right at the
backboard.
top of it. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, that's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Then I shut it off because I'm like, it's
Yeah.
so damn boring to me.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the girls.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough when you got a day off, but I get it. And then we'll be back at it come tomorrow. We'll have
Yep.
lots to talk about next week.
Okay.
Right? All right. I hope you have a good week, my friend.
You too.
And we'll
Okay.
do it again.